Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Hey, Maureen, how are you doing today? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Thomas, good morning. Ed, Joe, how's everybody doing? Kyle, good morning. Good morning. Steph, John, hey, good morning, John. Jason, my, Ron. Oh, man, everybody's here. Hello. Hello, Robin. All righty. So, good morning. Good morning, Julie. Sharon, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I was just watching CNBC, and there was quite the argument there, um, uh, who about going back into the office or working from home. So everybody, throw your 2 cents out. Is it okay to work from home if you can? I realize some people have to go into the office. So where do we all stand here? What does everybody think? Yes, office or home? Office or home? Home? Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. All right, there's a bunch of homers here. Okay, good deal. I was gonna have to argue, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm all for working from home. Yeah, I don't understand what the big deal is. Granted, some people do have to go in the office. I understand that your job it may absolutely require you to go to work. But if you can work from home, why not? And I just it's just crazy to see people demand you have to go back to work. This is a whole new world. And while COVID was a horrible, horrible, horrible thing, it brought out some good things from it, like, hey, we can do this from home. And technology has just exploded to help you with that. Lots of tools there. So, man, anyway, like I say, I was just watching, who was it, Joe and Larry, or no, Mr. Wonderful, I can't do, Larry. Yeah, that's his name, Larry, watching them argue on TV. So, anyway, let's talk about the market. So, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce this morning, just a tiny, tiny bit. Um, you know, Yesterday, I can't remember. Yeah, it was yesterday in the members room here. We talked about the 50 period moving average. And it really doesn't matter what moving average it is. If I could make this moving average a 1/4 inch thick, I would. Now, I know I can make it wider than this, but I can't make it a 1/4 inch thick. And here's what I mean. Let's make this blue since we're blue. Let's see, I can't go up with this, so we're just going to make it sideways. But if I could make the 50 period moving average about that thick, I would. I would. Because here's what you need to think about the 50 period moving average, or the 200 period moving average, or any moving average, is the very last word. It's just an average. That is all. There's nothing super magical about, let's see, where are we here? The 50, there's nothing super magical about 440 cents. That's where the 50 is right now. There's nothing at all magical about it, okay? It's not, it's not Superman. It's not. It's just an area. So, as we look at the chart here, yesterday we hit that 50 period moving average. We kind of bounced around a little bit. Looks like this morning we're kind of in that area. Again, if I could make this a 1/4 inch thick, we're right smack dab into that 50 period moving average. The trend from June, July lows here is up. Now, I'm not at all a bull here, okay? No, I'm not at all a bull. And I'm not at all a bear. What I am is a chart follower. And I look at this chart, and here we're moving up. I look at this chart from the top down, and you can see that we're moving down in this corner, and it's not unique to this chart, to the SPY. It's not unique to Wednesday, August 31st. It's not unique. Anytime we have a triangle like that and we're in this center, this is chop. This is chop. Traders, we're making bets that we're going to go down, and we're making bets that we're going to go up. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. It's just maybe something to think about. Maybe what we do is when we make long bets, we actually wait till we break out and test. When we make short bets, we actually wait till we break down and then test. So it's not that this is any more right than buying in here. It's your choice as a trader. Just acknowledge. I do think we have to acknowledge that it's just chop in here is what it is. It's everybody placing their bets before they spin that big roulette wheel and that little ball stops is all it is. So be very careful in these areas right here. Be very, very careful. Let's see. I want to show you something here, and all the members here, I'm going to email this to you. Excuse me, and I will get it posted in the files up here, but I'm going to email this to all the members here early this morning here as soon as I get a chance. Some things we might want to think about is, which this is all not new. We've talked about this before, trade in the direction of the market. So when you place your trade, are you trading in the direction of the market? And you know what? It's okay if you don't. It's your choice. There's no absolute rule that says you have to. But if you are somebody that you look at a chart and you want to follow certain rules, like you only want to trade bullish when everything is bullish, or you want to trade bearish when everything is bearish, then you might want to consider that. Trade in the direction of the stock being considered. Honestly, I think most people kind of do that. Plan your trade with targets and protective stop. Wait for an entry pattern. This one might be one of the hardest ones here. A lot of people really don't know what an entry pattern is. Actually, I take that back. I think most people do know. You're just unsure of yourself. You're just not confident, maybe. Easily ask these questions in trading room. Take profits into strength. Okay, I've added a couple more here. And I've added these because of the current market. Is the chart oversold that you're looking at? Is the chart overbought? And, just ask your questions. And by the way, feel free, to print this out and make little notes over here to yourself. Is the chart near support? Is the chart near resistance? Ask yourself those questions. So let's go look at this chart. So let's take the SPY here. All right. So we're bearish. We're in a downtrend, correct? But just because we're in a downtrend doesn't mean we need to be going short right now. So this is where you ask yourself, are we near support? Well, there's a support line. I would call us near it. The trend is still down. I think we should still be bearish, but are we in an oversold condition? So it's timing is what it is. Now yesterday, remember I spoke here yesterday about somebody that I was working with yesterday, talked to him, or night before last, I guess it was. And we talked about their timing because their timing was all off. And they wanted to go all kinds of short. And this is where I was talking to him, and I said, well, maybe we shouldn't be nutso short right now. I am short because of this trend. I do believe the trend is down. But there's a timing issue. So ask yourself those questions. Are we near support? If we are, might not be the best time to be short. Now, if we start to move up here like that, and probably should make this green, shouldn't I? If we start to move up, now ask yourself, are we near support or are we near resistance? Timing. So now what we're going to look for there is here. Ask yourself another question. Are we oversold or overbought? Now, that's a tricky one. Most traders, most traders that don't have it on your chart right now, or if you have it, your eyes probably went to it, just as I said it. You might have stochastics or RSI or something that tells you if we're overbought and oversold. You do not need an indicator to tell you if the chart is overbought and oversold. All you really need is common sense. Common sense. Look how far down we are. Go look at the chart. Now, the T-line to me is I think everybody should have it on their chart. And if you go back and look at any chart you want to, pick a chart. I don't care. Go look at any segment of time. It does not matter. You will see that price always moves in and around that T-line area. It's a terrific indicator. So if we are too far away from it, below, that might not be the time to short. Timing might be off. If we rally up near it or even above it, that might be a time to short. So are we oversold compared to price action and, say, the T-line? Right there. Yes, we are. And I don't really care what an indicator says. See up here we rally up. We're hitting the 200 period moving average. That's what that red line right here is. That is resistance. In anybody's book and everybody's chart, you go look at 1,000 charts. 995 of them will bounce off the 200 period moving average. It is incredible. Now, might we break above it and then fail it? Sure. It's just an average. But that's what happens. So it's a no-brainer. Here we're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Are we overbought or oversold? Nobody needs an indicator to know that. I would say we're overbought. Are we hitting resistance? Yes, we are. There's your answer. There's your answers to this right here. This right here will help you focus in on some of those things. And we may add to this. But anyway, after last night, this morning I did this really early. I started it and then I added to it this morning. Because I was thinking about this conversation that I had with this gentleman. And I was thinking about when I was talking about it yesterday in the room, that this really needs to be added here. Not just this that we've been talking about for a while here, but I think this needs to be added because that's exactly what the SPY is looking like. The diamonds, IWM, the Qs, a lot of charts out there. You're right, Rafa. You are exactly right. Location, location, location. Perfect. I think I might add that to that list. Thank you. It's location. And think of that timing. This might not be the best time to just jump in to the short side. Let the charts set up a little bit. Now, Chip up there mentioned T2123 or T2122. You're so right, Chip. Look where we are. So let me bring this over. Can I do this? There we go. There we go. So when we get down to this right here, are we oversold? If you are a person that follows T2123, 2122, or, and I realize some people don't have this chart maybe, and that's okay. You can look at other oversold indicators if you want. Look where we are. Is this the time to be crazy short? No. And I'm not saying be crazy long either. I'm not at all saying be crazy long. Believe me, I'm not. Because we're not. But this might not, timing wise, this might not be the best time to be running in to shorts. So you come down here and you're looking at a chart, you're looking to buy something, and you check this. Hey, I'm going to short XYZ. And then you come over here, you check oversold, and you write yes, you might write a few little something. Oh, wait a minute here. Uh-oh. Maybe I better not short XYZ, because we are in that oversold condition, and that might not be the best timing to short something. So, like I said, members, I'm going to get this emailed out to you, and then I'll get it up in the files as well. Okay, so since we're here, let's take a look at T2123. I look at this chart an awful lot. Hourly chart does not say anything bullish at all, more bearish. The 15-minute still says bearish. Now, I know we're up a little bit this morning. I know the futures are up a little bit. This is not live. This is not real time, so this just shows how we closed yesterday. So if we start popping up, and if we get over this blue line right there, then I see some possible long action coming in. Remember timing though. And if we hit resistance, we start seeing selling, this might be the time to start shorting. If you want to wait till this crosses down below, which makes sense to me too, then that, we'll look for those shorts. It's timing. It's timing. Sometimes we have to sit back and we have to wait, watch our watch until it's time to start the race. Sometimes, if the race starts at, say, 11 a.m. in the morning and you get there 2 hours early, well, that's your fault for getting there 2 hours early. The race doesn't start till 11, so you have to stand around. Timing. Okay, sorry that took a bit longer than I kind of wanted, but anyway, we'll take a look at a couple of charts here. We're not going to get through the full list. If you would like to see the full list, remember to just go to the website, click on the Hit and Run Candlestick blog. About 3/4 of the way down on today's blog, you'll see it there, the full list here. Let's look at BABA for a possible long. BABA's made a low. We've rallied up. We've pulled back. We're just putting in, right now this morning, a little doji here. So I'm waiting for that alert, for that trigger. Now, I can see here that we're running into resistance. Now, BABA could also be a short if we start to break down. I know some traders that do this. This is a great idea, by the way, is if you had a basket of stocks, it could be 100. It could be 5. Okay, it's what you want. It's not like there's some secret number here. And you focus only on those stocks, only on those. And you trade them long and you trade them short. Just focus on those charts right there. That's where, but we'll talk about that more today. Just having that watch list, that basket of eggs. So you can just reach in there and you can grab an egg anytime you want to when it alerts. So anyway, I'm looking at BABA long here. The price action is looking long for the moment. Now, I would like it to break out. BABA does not need to be bought right here. It does not. It can be bought on that breakout. I'm looking at that higher move up, and if it starts to break out, then we've got 124.60 up here. If it starts to break down and we get through 87.85, why can't we come down here and test those lows? Might be a great chart for that egg basket. Here's Zillow. Zillow's looking a little short to me right now. Below the 50 period moving average. We've broken the trend. There's the trend up. Bullishness all through here. And we've broken that trend. We went to a low. We tested that trend line. We failed that trend line. We're putting in a little bearish flag right now. Follow through to the downside. Might be an entry for a short. Snow. Snow is a setup for a long. Now remember when snow gapped up, we put this up here and we kind of talked about how, okay, this would be a trade if it starts to break out over this candle right in here. And it would be a short if we start to move down. Now, I don't know if anybody shorted this down because of this shooting star here. But right now, it's setting up for the upside. So we're in the buy box right now. 200 period moving average would be the first target. There's no reason why we can't come up here and put more targets in there. Something like that. We'll call that good. There we go. Look at that. This is one of those charts where there is so much potential, 60%, so much potential to the upside. This is one of those charts to put in your egg basket. Now, there's also potential to the downside. So if you're thinking that snow might be more of a downside trade, well, here, let's do this. And we're gonna, I don't know, I guess, unfortunately, you can't. when you're dealing with just straight lines, it's hard to get, make them all match up. So if we did start to fail, if it did, then look at that potential trade. And I would say we're going to move down into here, 15% to the downside. This might be a good one for that egg basket because there's so much potential here. And by the way, we break through here. Man, you've got these targets right in here. Tons of room. CAH to the long side. Let's go look at that weekly chart. So just looking at the weekly chart, target, 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 piece of cake. There's the daily chart. Look at the potential there, 22%. That's huge. That's massive. Well, what happens if it fails? Well, let's go look. Do we think we can get to the 50 period moving average? 15.8%. Yeah. So just think about that egg basket. Just think about that for a few days and see what you think about that. And trade that egg basket. One more, and then it's time to go. Here's big. I'm looking for a long on big. We've got a trend here. We have a gap up, and we're holding up now. So I'm going to wait for that setup. I'm going to wait for that buy box in there. And right now, yeah, and we're going to go all the way to the 200, just like that. And then the buy box is real simple to put in there. And then I'm going to wait for that buy signal. So we'll just do this right here. There we go. Just like that. All set up. Anyway, thanks everybody. And I'll get that emailed out to everybody. It'll be after the close, just shortly after. And then I'll try to get it up into the files today as well. Okay, so thanks everybody. Appreciate you listening in. And we'll see you all in about 15 minutes. Take care. Have a great Wednesday, by the way.